Hello everyone, it's Dr. Miranda with Essence of Life Spinal Care. Today I want to share with you powerful ways that you can increase your immune system. But in order to do that, I have to explain how your immune system works and two major parts of your immune health. So according to medical textbooks, there are two parts to your immunity or your immune system. That is your innate immunity and your adaptive immunity. So let's talk about your innate immunity. Now your innate immunity is something that you are born with. It's the defense mechanisms that you are already born with in order to fight off illness, disease, infections, and so on. So you don't necessarily need to encounter any type of infection to build this innate immunity. It's something that we already have built in within our bodies. Now the second immunity is what we call adaptive immunity. Now this type of immunity only increases or gets more powerful when we are exposed to microbes. So bacteria, organisms, viruses. So that is the only way that adaptive immunity increases, is when we're actually being exposed to these microbes. That way our body can fight it off and build up antibodies and build the immunity. So the adaptive immunity is actually more powerful defense mechanism than our innate immunity. However, in today's society, everyone is germ or microphobic. Nobody wants germs, nobody wants microbes. We want to bleach everything, we want to Lysol everything, we want antibacterial everything. And that's understandable. However, if our adaptive immunity only grows or strengthens when it encounters microbes or germs, then by us diminishing the exposure that we're having with these microbes by using all these toxic products, these antibacterials, bleach, and these other agents, we're actually decreasing that exposure, so we're not necessarily building our adaptive immunity. In fact, we may be inhibiting our adaptive immunity. So that can affect our immune health and can make people either become even more sick or get more colds or viruses throughout the year than if they use less products and actually allow their body to encounter some of these germs and microbes. That way our adaptive immunity can be built. So it's sort of like back in the day when they were like just kids come together when they had the chicken pox and let everyone get it so that way they can all be immune and they won't have to deal with it in the future. The same aspect applies to your adaptive immunity. We want to encounter these microbes and germs because that's the only way that our body is going to become immune to it. If we never encounter it, we're always going to live in fear. It's because our immune systems are so low and have been so low for so many years that it's unable to fight off what it needs to when it's time to show up. So one powerful way to increase your immune system is actually letting your body encounter microbes and germs and letting your body fight it off on its own. So don't inhibit the process or your immune system by taking medications to decrease the symptoms. Allow your body to express those symptoms. That way your immune system can actually be built, along with supplying the body with nutrients that are necessary to support immune health. But the only way our immune system will increase is if our adaptive immunity continues to increase. So expose yourselves to microbes and decrease the usage of all these toxic agents that we're using to clean or to limit the exposures to microbes and flus and viruses and colds and so on. The second way to powerfully increase your immunity is to make sure the system that controls your innate immunity, that means the natural self-defense mechanisms, which is your nervous system, is strengthened, will in turn strengthen your innate immunity. Will make sure that the communication between the cells, the communication between the brain and the body is at its best. So those are two powerful ways to increase your innate immunity and your adaptive immunity. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us, but you don't have to live in fear of germs. So again, let your body fight off what it needs to, decrease the amount of toxic chemicals that you're using to kill off these microbes, and increase your nervous system strength by going to the chiropractor, getting your spine aligned, making sure there's no irritation on the brainstem and the spinal cord and the nerves, because that's going to increase your innate immunity. If you learned something new today or something valuable that you can share with your family, friends, coworkers, loved ones, then share this video so that way they can learn and benefit from this information and actually apply this information into practical use for their family, for their household, so they can experience a better immunity and better health in general. So again, this is Dr. Miranda from Essence of Life Spinal Care. You guys have an awesome day, and I will speak to you soon.